Hey, Cub fans. Welcome back to Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. We're going to talk about the Astros, do a little bit of a scouting report on them. Got a 3-game set with Houston coming up on Tuesday, so we want to sort of prepare ourselves for that. And I'll give you the full details on what we can expect to see from Houston this week. But before we do that, I want to do a little bit of a status check on where we are. I think that it was a rough weekend, and because it was a rough weekend, I wanted to start looking for the positives. I want to turn the page on that. I know we have decisions to make, but I want to talk about us, where we are, what we can probably look forward to in the near future. And as I was doing that, I really kind of got astounded, and I'm astounded that we're 13-9. So, well, why am I astounded? Well, here's why. Let me just go through this. And from the negative perspective, these are all the things that we've dealt with to this point. We've been without Steele. We lost Steele opening night. Our ace. He would have had 4 or 5 starts by now. We didn't have him. We just got back Tyone. We didn't have Tyone. We've had issues with Kyle Hendricks. You know, Kyle has got 21 innings, a 2.1 whip, 12 ERA. We've had Adbert, our closer, not do well. We've had Hector Neris. To me, Hector has underperformed from what we were expecting. We had bought in a little bit on Jose Cuas. Well, Jose didn't pan out. We lost Julian Merriweather, and he's been out for a few weeks now. Some weird injury. I don't know what that is. Daniel Palencia had a bad outing. He got sent down. Luke Little had a blow up. Drew Smiley Drew's been okay, so, not great. That's just on the pitching side. You want to hear it again? Steele, Tyone, Hendricks, Adbert, Neris, Cuas, Merriweather, Luke, Palencia, Smiley. How in the world are we 13-9? I don't know. It gets worse. Let's do the offense. Say is out. Hap is hurt. Belly had a slow start. He's just now starting to look like what we hoped he would. Christopher Morel has gone 0 for the last month. Nico had a slow start. Now he's picking up. Dansby has been, maybe Dansby's been what Dansby is. I think he's underperformed a little bit to this point. So offensively and on the mound, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, that's a lot. How are we 13-9? Well, we have some heroes. That's how we did it. We have heroes. I've got them listed. We've got pitching heroes. Shota Imanaga, he's a hero. He's really good. We've got Javier Assad, a little bit of a hero. Ben Brown, been a little bit of a hero here of late. Jordan Wicks, maybe not a hero, but he's doing fine. He's getting better by the outing. Mark Leiter Jr., been a hero off the mound. Where would we be without Shota, Javier, Wicks, Brown, and Mark Leiter? They've really carried it. Offensively, heroes, Michael Busch. Where would we be offensively over the first 21 games of the season without Michael Busch? Guys, it's kind of amazing. We're sitting here at 13-9, 2 games back with the future ahead of us. Justin Steele pitched live BP at Wrigley yesterday. So here's our near-term future that we can look forward to. Here's our rotation. Steele, Tyone, Shota, Assad, and Wicks. I'll take that. I'll run with that. If we got those guys healthy, we're in really good shape rotation-wise. Now, I know we got questions in the pen. Who's going to be the closer? We're going to find out. first closing situation comes up now, we're gonna know what everybody's thinking. But barring somebody brought in, we got to work from who we've got. I've got kind of a list. I'll just give you the 4 pitchers that I think possibly they could use in a closing situation. Maybe they close by committee depending on who they've got. But I think Mark Leiter Jr. in the right situation could probably close. I think Ben Brown is a possibility for closing. I think Keegan Thompson, maybe we need to see another outing or 2 with Keegan before we put him in that. But if he continues on, I think Keegan is a possibility. I think Hayden Wesneski might be a possibility. I think if we're going to go closer by committee moving forward, there's 4 names that I would throw out. In addition to those 4 names, those guys to me are in the pen. Yency Almonte has shown himself to be relatively reliable. I see him as a reliable, not late inning guy necessarily, 6th, 7th inning guy. Adbert's just going to be pushed back. Adbert's going to do what he did on Sunday, probably pitch 7th and 8th innings. Hector Neris, same scenario. And then Drew Smiley or Luke Little. So if you go 13-pitch rotation or 13-pitcher roster, Steele, Tyone, Shota, Assad, and Wicks, your rotation, Leiter, Yency, Adbert, Neris, Brown, Keegan Thompson, Hayden Wesneski, Drew Smiley, and Luke Little, however that works out, I'm okay with that too. I'm fine with that. Let's go. I will do that. Barring somebody dropping us off a proven lights-out closer, we're going to have to do it a little bit differently. And the idea of having different guys closing in different situations, I think makes sense to me, based on who's coming up. We got 2 or 3 left-handers, whatever the situation is. So close by committee, I guess. Let's do the offense. Well, you got to get Seiya back. There's no question. Seiya in that 2 spot is critical. But let's move forward. Let's get Seiya back. And the good news on Seiya's injury is they've already started him doing baseball activities. And this is way before he started to do those in his last oblique. So we knew that he had mentioned or said that the oblique doesn't seem to be nearly as bad as the first one. So we'll be optimistic. But, everybody healthy, a lineup of, for me, Nico leading off, Seiya, Belly, Morrell, Bush, Happ, Dansby, a DH in the catchers. But that lineup, to me, everybody healthy, I'm good with that. On the bench, Canario, Cooper, P. Wizzy, and Talk. That's kind of how I see it. Everybody's healthy. That's the unit that's the guys I'd be comfortable with, and I don't think we're that far from hopefully getting that. And that's why I'm excited. I can't believe we're 13-9 with what has transpired over the first 21 games, and now we've seen enough to go, okay, well, if all these guys are healthy, this is probably what it looks like, and I'm excited about it. So that's where we are. It's all good. We're all set up. So we just need things to start breaking our way a little bit and make a run. So let's go ahead and get into the Houston Astros. So there's some surprises here. Astros are currently in last place in their American League West division at 7-16. And to give you a little bit of a side note that'll help you calibrate that, the A's are ahead of the Astros at 8-14. They have a run differential of -28, and as a team, they're hitting .266 with a .332 on base, .409 slug for an OPS of .741. And they've got some guys that are hitting well. They got some guys who are slumping a little bit. So let's just go ahead and I'll go through. I'm going to give the maybe the order, but I ranked them in order of hits. So that way, who's doing it? Well, Jose Altuve, second base, that little right-handed hitter, he's slashing .351 with a .419 on base, .596 slug. His OPS is over 1,000 and 015. He's got 5 home runs, scored 16 runs. So Jose Altuve looks like he's hot. He's playing well. Next is their shortstop, Jeremy Pena, right-handed hitter. He's slashing 344 with a 372 on base and a 467 slug, 839 OPS. He's hit 2 home runs, Jeremy Pena. And then their DH, that lefty, Yordan Alvarez, he's a beast. He's hitting 289 with a 373 on base, 489 slug, 862 OPS, 5 home runs, scored 16 runs, so Yordan looks good. So those first 3 are formidable. Next is we got Yainer Diaz, catcher, right-handed hitting. He's hitting 289 with a 333 on base, slugging 434, OPS 767. He's got 3 home runs. So that we'll add that to the group. That seems formidable for them. Then right field left-handing hitter Kyle Tucker, he's hitting 273 with a 385 on base, 511 slug, 896 OPS, 5 home runs, 14 runs. There's 5 guys that are playing well, 5 guys that are producing runs. So where's the problem? Well, here's one. This is a surprise. It surprised me. Alex Bregman. He's got 75 at bats, so he's playing. He's hitting 213, 385, a 302 on base, only slugging 280. He's got no home runs. 582 OPS. Alex Bregman all of a sudden is struggling. So I guess we can relate. We've got a little bit of that on our side too, don't we? So Alex Bregman, I just hope he doesn't break out of it here starting this week. Next is we got Chas McCormick, left fielder, right-handed hitting. He's hitting 262 with a 352 on base, 311 slug, 663 OPS, no home runs. Struck out 20 times, leads them in strikeouts, Chas McCormick. Then we got Mauricio Dubon, right-handed hitting center fielder. He's hitting just under 300 at 294, 321 on base, 412 slug, 733 OPS, just 1 home run. Some of the guys getting some fewer at bats. Outfielder Jake Myers, another right-handed hitter. He's hitting 220, couple of home runs. Former Cub Victor Caratini, switch hitting, as you recall. He's hitting 276, but he's not walking any. His on-base percentage is 276 as well. Slugging 448, 724 OPS. Victor's got a single home run. And here's the other guy that, for me, Bregman and Jose Abreu, they're right-handed hitting first baseman. He's got 59 at bats. Guys, Jose Abreu is hitting 068. JD has a higher lifetime batting average than that. 138 on base, 085 slug, no home runs, OPS 223. Jose Abreu. My God. I don't know. That scares me. He's getting at bats. He's got 59 at bats. That blew me away. I had no idea. I hadn't been following them. So that's a very interesting situation that they got. Looks like 4 or 5 guys who are hitting well, and then they've got some guys who aren't. And Bregman and Abreu, I just hope they don't break out of it. So I feel like they will. They're Bregman and Abreu. So it's going to be interesting to see what they look like. So that's what we're going to deal with offensively. Let's go ahead and take a look at the pitchers. They got team ERA of 5.10, which is next to last. It's 29th in the league. So that's 5.10. They let's see. They have a whip of 1.51. That's 29th in the league. They've given up 20 home runs. That's 21st. And they walk a bunch of guys. They've walked 97 batters, and that's 29th in the league. So the pitching looks like it's been a little bit of a problem. And one of the things, and we'll go through all of the pitchers I think we'll see. One of the things that stood out to me was they've had 8 save opportunities, only 2 saves. We can relate to that too. So let's go ahead and do it. Here, in no particular order, I don't think. But as of the time I did this, the pitchers for the series have not been posted. So, but I think I can guess what we're going to see based on who the Astros have started over the last week, and I've done that. So let's go through the starters for the Astros. First is we got Ronel Blanco, and Astros staff only have two left-handers, Framber Valdez and Josh Hader. Everybody else is righty. So Ronel is a righty. He's got 4 starts. He's thrown 27 innings, ERA of 1.33, and a .85 whip. If my calculations are correct, we might see him on Thursday. Next is Christian Javier. He's got 4 starts as well. He's thrown 23 innings total, 1.54 ERA with a 1.11 whip. If my calculations are correct, we'll probably miss Christian. J.P. France, 4 starts, 20 and a third innings. He's got a little bit of a bloated ERA, 7.09, 1.67 whip in those 20 and a third innings. And we may have him to open the series on Tuesday. Hunter Brown, 5 starts, 17 and 2/3 innings. His ERA is 9.68, 2.49 whip. Then lefty Framber Valdez, left-hander, has 2 starts, 12 and a third innings, 2.19 ERA, 1.38 whip. And it looks like we're going to miss him as well. Spencer Arrighetti, in 7 innings, 2 starts, his ERA is 11.57, 2.29 whip. And then it looks like Justin Verlander could be in line for Wednesday. He's only had 1 start, just thrown 6 innings, coming off an injury. ERA of 3 even, .67 whip. So it looks like Justin Verlander is ready. So I just went for what they did. They had Hunter Brown pitch Sunday, Blanco pitched Saturday, Verlander pitched on Friday, going backwards. J.P. France pitched on Tuesday. So I just kind of took that and then rolled it in, kept the same order, and that's how I came to the possibility where we're going to have J.P. France on Tuesday, Verlander on Wednesday, and Blanco on Thursday. But that's all I know. That's how I came up with it. Let's do relievers. Josh Hader, he's been in 11 games, 2 saves, 9 and 2/3 innings, ERA 8.38, 1.66 whip. So I don't know what's going on with Josh. We'll probably find out what that looks like. Then they've got Seth Martinez, 12 innings of work, 2.25 ERA, but a sub-1 whip of .92. Brian Abreu in 11 innings, 4.91 ERA, 1.82 whip. Rafael Montero, 11 innings of work, 1.64 ERA, sub-1 whip, .91. So it looks to me like Martinez and Montero are probably hot. Taylor Scott, 10 and a third innings, 2.61 ERA, 1.16 whip. So there's 3 of them. And then Ryan Presley in 8 and 2/3 innings at a 8.31 ERA and a 2.08 whip. So I don't know what's going on with Josh Hader. We're probably going to see him. But Martinez, Montero, and Taylor Scott have good numbers. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? It's an interesting group. I'm really looking forward to seeing what all this is. Because Astros at 7-16, that's not what I expected, and that's why I like doing these scouting reports. Because we don't pay attention. I don't know. You guys pay attention to the Astros? I watch Cub games. I know what's going on, and I don't care until they're coming into town or we're going there. So, but it's nice to get a little bit of a background on it, kind of know what we're looking for, and kind of see where we match up. So that's the Astros coming in on Tuesday night. So we need to sweep the Astros. I'm sorry, I want the sweep. They're last place in the American League West, 7-16. Come on. We need this. We need to beat the teams we're supposed to beat. We got the Braves coming up. We got some teams that are going to be hard to beat. We need to take care of business when we're matched up and have what I would call a favorable matchup. And I think we got a favorable matchup. Astros at Wrigley. Gear it up. All right, I guess that's it. Cubs Astros on Tuesday night. Be there. Thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. And we'll see you on Tuesday night. Go Cubs, go.